Hi, my name is Joseph Salvani. I'm an investor in microcap growth companies. Today I'd like to talk about Cleveland BioLabs. There are several reasons why people should be looking at Cleveland BioLabs. The first is that the company has already proven that the drug is safe and it's very effective. It's a drug that basically prevents radiation disease from a nuclear explosion or from being exposed to radiation because of chemo. Within 3 days of being irradiated with a killing dose of radiation, you were actually able to take this, a one-shot injection, and actually not have any damage from the radiation. This is a game changer because up until now, the biggest reason why you're afraid of a nuclear bomb is the fallout would basically cause hundreds of thousands to millions of people to die. We are about 1 year away from FDA approval of this. Last year, the company won a contract from the Department of Defense that upon FDA approval, the DoD will buy thousands of doses. My opinion, from studies that we have seen, the Department of Defense will probably order at least 1 million to 1.5 million doses at the outset. If that's the case, at $800 a dose, we're talking an over $1 billion sale to the government sometime next year. That would mean that Cleveland would make over $900 million of profit. Ongoing, we would think that there's at least, between many nations and the restocking, about a market for this of $500 million a year. Cleveland was created as a spin-out of the Cleveland Clinic to commercialize the fantastic developments by Andrei Gudkov, the chief scientist of the company. Andrei basically found that secretions coming from parasites that have been evolved with human beings over the past 1 million years. In this particular case, the parasite that lives off your intestine, Salmonella, which in a sense we're using the flagellum, the tail end of the Salmonella. What it does is it basically prevents individual cells from going into apoptosis, or what's called cell death, when confronted with stresses from outside the body. Andrei also found that cancer cells die differently than normal cells when confronted with radiation. Radiation kills cancer cells by destroying the cell walls as they multiply. By having that differentiation, you're able to actually protect normal cells while the chemo and the radiation destroy the cancer cells. In addition to that, the same drug, CBLI 502, right, has at the same time shown promise in highlighting cancer cells that express what's toll-like receptor 5 to the immune system, meaning that the immune system can turn on those cancers and kill it. Up until now, cancers are generally, when they become a tumor, are invisible to the immune system. The company is fully financed, is receiving huge grants from the federal government, has about 15 million of its own cash in the bank, not burning any money because of the money coming from the federal government. So therefore, we don't have a financing risk. In addition to that, we're about 1 year away from FDA approval, and we're about 1 year away from some significant revenues, whether it's from the Department of Defense or from the government of Israel. If this drug is successful, which it already looks like it is, because they're just going to go through the blocking and tackling, since the drug already works, has been proven safe, it is my opinion that there are many more things we're going to find from looking at secretions coming from parasites that are on other organs of the body. I think that Andrei is probably going to be recognized as one of the preeminent scientists along the vein of the scientists that found antibiotics. At this stage, I would tell you that probably Cleveland is by far the most undervalued drug company that I have today.